or, between neighbors, between like,
Well,
they're more conditioned, like they could retire and the company will take care of them and they just need one job and like all that. And so there was no need, in a sense, to no thinking of like, oh, we need to like partner with like folks like in our community and like organizations that are being formed to like, create a support system.
well, you guys, now that you're talking about neighbors, there's like, you guys are in Little Tokyo, right across from where J-Town Action Solidarity does a lot of their charity, or their not charity work. What is it? There's a term for it, mutual aid work.
Yeah.
Which is pretty intense. You're like next to the Geffen, but like facing like the harsh realities of the capitalist system too, right?
Yeah, it's just and it's
and for people to know, like like basically like there's been kind of a war going on to try to there's like a public area right in front of you guys, right? That is very well suited to accommodate people that are in a difficult situation. And it's and then there's a community organization that goes there. I followed them along. Anna Iwataki, who's been on the show, was the person who was working with them. I don't know if she's still with us, but brought my attention to that project. But it's like, it's really crazy that like you're right there and you're watching this, especially during COVID and all. Like this is some brutal stuff. They do the We the Unhoused goes out there, the podcaster, and they do like power-ups where people charge their phones and stuff. Like it's really like basic necessities for people to function.
I mean, it's pretty awesome what they do. I mean, it's just, it's like nobody else is doing it, like, in quite the way they are, which is direct. Yeah. It's really direct. And like, it makes an impact because it's right on the corner. It's almost like,
it must make you feel better about the world to see people put it, to see people. I mean, it probably also sucks because you're seeing people in a very vulnerable position, but you're seeing someone try something,
Yeah. I mean, it kind of I think it gets us. Number one, it creates awareness of like the realities, the day-to-day material realities of what's going on. And I think too, it's that, during the pandemic, I mean, we had a houseless community. I mean, it just grew out into this Toriumi Plaza is what it's called. And so it was pretty self-sustaining. It was, I was going to the space, I lived in downtown at the time, but I was going to Artcore and just spending like late nights there, just working, doing different things. And, I never had a sense of like instability about that or community, like there's, any issues. Right. And I think it's just that ever since I think I lived in LA too, it's just that the city, it's just really something that the city, it has a long way to go in terms of like, how it really understands humanity. And I think that really, it's just right now is just a real reflection of like inequality, of like extreme, not only inequality, but like cruelty, and I think it's like, how can we let people like survive? I mean, we need to take care of each other. And I think people just there's only a few people that are sort of, I don't know, they're all the moneyed interests that are just flooding City Hall, and this like that of like, there's just a huge lobby for like huge police funds. Just like, it's like out of control. Like if you could even shave off like 10% of those police like funding for police, like, I mean, I just don't understand why there's like this repetition to me. And that's where I think I just get like, it kind of takes my breath away in some ways. It's just like, I don't get why administration after administration can't stand up to these like forces. And like, I mean, we're a powerful like, state and city. We we have the ability, their capability, but
Yeah, I always feel bad because like when when I was living in Florida, like we kind of looked at California of like as like this place that was like good and like, you know, and then man, the disillusion of moving here and being like, oh, you know, like Miami wasn't that bad. Like as far as like it's corrupt as fuck too, but like look at something like Art Basel, you know, like that shit. Yeah, it's a hustle to bring a lot of tourism and all of that, but like it knows how to do what it does. That city, you know, and you don't see anywhere near like the numbers are just not even close, right? But this city's like, I don't know, probably like 5 times bigger. So it's easier to manage something like that. But like I don't know I think also just the price of housing is just so insane. But yeah, it's crazy. This is like a wild. It is. It still feels like the Wild West to me. You know,
Yeah.
where it's like it's just more people.
there's definitely, yeah. I mean, when I first came, there was just definitely like the way cops move here was just so shocking to me because it was almost like I'm like, oh my god, this like good old boys culture here.
Yeah. No, for sure, dude.
And
there's
like a South.
There's
I mean,
me
coming from Baltimore and New York, it just really stuck out. I was like,
there's the
it's not like I'm not saying that like, you know, the PD also has different problems in the East Coast, but like I was like, man, this feels like I'm like going back in time.
It's pretty aggro. But my favorite joke from Rush Hour was when Chris Tucker would say that my mama tells. I'm sorry, I should not do a Chris Tucker impression. He is a very specific person, though. I was trying to do the high pitch as well, but yeah, his like my mama lies to people about me being in the LAPD. She tells them I'm a drug dealer or something like that was the bit because it's like so embarrassing. And this movie came out in the time of like whatchamacallit. You know, there's the list of like horrible things probably around the time a little bit after OJ, but like I'm trying to remember when were the LA riots? Those were in the
like
early
92?
92, yeah. So that's too
92.
early. Anyway, there's a lot of historic bad shit happening in this city. When you start to try to pinpoint when something happened, it gets hard to do it. But so tell me a little bit more about like your place in the art world and like how you interact with people. Yeah. Do you have like a community of artists that you're like close with or?
Yeah, I'd say that, you know, it's funny because I was telling somebody yesterday that I'd come to LA in 2006 and then the kind of founder and director of the gallery of Artcore had been essentially doing it since 1980.
So just one person? Wow, yeah.
And so it was like, and I mean, she was pretty, she's a force of nature and she was like very fierce about the way she ran it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what that had the effect of like sort of being cryogenically frozen in time.
Yeah.
It was very much like old school, go in, clock in, just do time.
Yeah.
You're not really doing much while you're there, but you're sort of wasting away.
Yeah.
And there wasn't, in the sense that there wasn't really like, it sort of like, there was no real like openness to like